For best results, Aqua Creek highly recommends that you read your product's instruction manual prior to attempting any installation. Determining the lift location. Prior to installing your lift, you will want to determine the best location for the lift. There are several factors you will want to consider. First, you want to keep in mind the accessibility to the location. You will want to make sure that a wheelchair can easily access the lift location. Keep in mind not only your deck space for the installation, but the entire space around the pool or spa. The ADA actually provides specific information on the location of the lift. If you are not familiar with these requirements, please reference the ADA guidelines for specifics. Your local building codes may also have specific information regarding this. You should check with your local building codes as well. In addition, your anchor holes should not be drilled closer than 6 inches to any expansion joint or similar joint. The holes for the front anchors should be no closer than 6 inches from the edge of the pool and no further than 14 inches. If you cannot meet this requirement for the lift, Aqua Creek can supply extended base plates to help you achieve this requirement. Contact the company you purchased the lift from to order this component. For a successful installation, you will need the following tools. Core drill. This can be rented from a local tool rental company. A 1 1/4 inch core drill bit. A hammer. A chisel. Caulking dispenser. High strength 2-part epoxy. Tape measure. 9/16 inch wrench or socket. Safety glasses. The anchor will consist of 4 anchor inserts and a jig plate that will be used as a template in this application. The following steps should be followed as closely as possible to ensure a proper installation. Number 1. Locate the anchor jig and the 4 anchor bolts and remove the nuts from the anchor inserts. Number 2. Orient the jig plate so that the arrow points toward the pool wall and the jig is parallel to the pool wall. Align the front anchor jig hole locations no closer than 6 inches and no further than 14 inches on center from the pool wall. Using the anchor jig plate holes as a template, mark the 4 hole locations on the deck with a marking pen. Number 3. Remove the template and position the core drill over the first hole. Mark a location on the drill bit at about 4.5 to 5 inches from the bottom of the bit with a marking pen or black electrical tape. This will be your depth mark. Number 4. Core drill at all 4 holes. Number 5. Ground at least 1 anchor bolt to an existing bonding grid or appropriate ground source per local codes. Please reference your local codes for information on this. Number 6. Clean out the holes using compressed air or a vacuum and make sure the holes are completely dry before proceeding to the next step. Number 7. Fill the holes approximately 1/2 full of epoxy. Number 8. Loosely thread the 9/16 inch bolts into the top of the anchor inserts to facilitate easier insertion and manipulation in the holes. Install the 4 anchor inserts into holes, turning them slightly as you go down. Make sure that the top of the inserts will be flush with the top of the pool deck. 9. Check each insert for plumb and wipe away any excess epoxy that may have oozed out of the holes when you installed the anchor inserts. Number 10. Let the epoxy cure for the minimum manufacturer's recommendations before mounting the Pro Pool lift to the anchor system. 11. Once the anchors have set up according to the requirements of the epoxy manufacturer, place the lift on top of the anchor holes, making sure to line up the holes on the lift base plate with the installed anchor inserts. 12. Apply anti-seize to the 9/16 inch bolts and insert the bolts through the holes in the base plate and into the anchor inserts. Tighten the bolts with a wrench or socket. 13. Attach the handset by pushing the male end of the pigtailed cord into the far left female socket of the control box that is mounted on the lift. Make sure that the shoulder of the male prong is recessed into the socket, approximately 1/8 inch. 14. Attach the battery of the unit on top of the control box. The battery will be correctly installed when you hear a loud click and there are no gaps between the control box and the battery. 15. Your lift is now ready to use. Please read the instruction manual prior to operating the lift in order to familiarize yourself with the features of the lift. Thank you for choosing